you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Bright and early. Oh yeah, so early you can see the sun coming up on the coast, and we are going to mess with, that's right, the 13 GT. 13 GT is going to get some attention today. We're going to try to beat our personal best of 12.4. We're trying to get it into the 12.3 range, and we'll see if we can do that with E85. That's right, that's what we got in the tank. Got about a half tank of E85 and a top off to make sure most of it is E85, and then we'll see if we can go 12.3 today on the streets of Mexico with a Draggy. Okay, so maybe a lot of you are wondering, you know, what's so impressive about a car that only runs 12.3 with a Draggy? My F-150 with a Whipple runs 10.5. So I don't even know where to start when people comment like that. I just go, okay, so let's take it for what it's worth. This car started at a high 12, okay, like a 12.9, 13.0. That's where this car started. That's how you baseline everything. And with tuning, a manifold, and a cold air with sticky rubber, we've almost gotten it down 7/10 in the quarter mile. Okay, not internal engine work, nothing crazy. We're just making it hook, optimizing the calibration, and airflow. That's it. Still has catalytic converters, still has stock exhaust, still has a complete full interior, nothing crazy. But some people just can't be brought into the light, and you just have to go, okay, whatever you think. If you don't think it's impressive, cool story. I think it's good for just testing. So let's get out there. Before that, of course, I am going to get a coffee, and we'll see if we can improve on a 12.4. A 12.3 would be amazing in my opinion. And let's see if we can make it happen. I brought the laptop. I brought the laptop. I brought the inverter. Like, I'm ready. I'm gonna data log fucking live, and we're gonna do some adjustments and see what the car likes, but not before topping off and getting coffee. And by topping off, I don't mean like sucking anyone's dick. That's what modern lingo has to be topping off the gas tank. So anyway, let's do that. Hey, can I please have a large hot coffee, cream and sugar? And can I also have a glazed donut? All right. And that'll be it. 416. Before I do any testing, you'll probably ask some questions like, what's the difference between an E85 tune and a race gas tune? And I'd say stoic. Spark is the same, so we're gonna try to shove spark in down low, but try to not shove it in up top, because I think the catalytic converters are just blocking some airflow, and if you try to shove a lot of spark advance up top, they'll complain. And that's it. Like, the cap is 30. The blending of timing via AFR is the same as it would be in race gas. The stoic from 14.0 to 9.85. Shift points are the same, so it's apples to apples. We're already up on the previous race gas tune with the stock manifold by a decent amount. So again, 12.39, I'm good, because then you get a converter drive shaft, and you go back out there with sticky rubber, and you get a better 60-foot time. Better 60-foot time means a better ET. So right now we're working on a stock converter, stock drive line, just manifold, tuning, E85, and a cold air. So let's see if we can get a 12.3 out of this car.
30, 60, quarter mile.
Hey! Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's look at the data log. We stalled it up to, where the fuck's to about 1700 RPMs is our stall speed. Come on. 1700 is our stall speed. The 1-2 shift happened at, come on, 7300. 2-3 shift happened at 7500. Converter slipped actual. Converter, again, it unlocks on the shift, and it started to get tighter. Again, this is a stock converter, so it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter stock form. And we saw spark be extremely happy at 30 degrees right off the rip. It got to 30 degrees pretty quickly. It got to 30 degrees at about 4,100 RPMs. That's when it went bam. E85 just makes life a lot easier. The shifts are good, timing's good. It's probably E80 or E75 based on the fuel trims. If you look at the fuel trims, they're trimming out about 10%, which I know that if it trims nothing out, meaning if it's E85 tested, meaning if it's E85 tested verified, it might be a little better, but I'm not sure it's going to be that much better. But we went 1239, shifting at 7,500 RPMs or so. I don't know if there's any more meat in the bone. When you look at the air load, it's not really, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's dropping off. This is 0.93 at the shift. Then it spikes to 101, 104. So it's a pretty dense day out there. Then it trails off to 0.94 at the top. So maybe if I shifted way high, it might help. But honestly, I think because of the airflow restriction, aka the catalytic converter being in the way, I just don't think it's going to gain all that much. So I'm not willing to do that. And again, 12.3, I'm a converter and a good 60 foot away from 11s, guys. This thing cuts a 1.7. That takes 0.3 off of the 60. And we are in the 11.9 range with cats. So imagine a converter, drive shaft, sticky rubber, and a track. This thing will go 11s with cats. It's crazy, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some 60 foot testing. I'm not really going to video that. I'm just going to show you the results. I'm going to hold the e-brake. Where the fuck is it? I'm going to hold the e-brake because what's happening, the converter's stalling and it's starting to spin the tire. And I want to see if I can hold the e-brake and then let go, see if I can cut a 60 foot time that's sub 2.0. And if I can, I'll try that again with the draggy and see if I can get a better result. Try this again on a different road.
30. 60.
Look at that 60 foot. All right, that's good.
Quarter mile.
Ooh, look at that. Backing it up, backing it up, backing it up. Perfect test. So, went somewhere, busted a 1239, went to the same road that I've been testing on in Mexico for a long time. Got a really good launch out of it, cut a 204 60 foot, and it went 1235. I mean, the E85 made a difference. Obviously, I could go and get Sunoco 260 GT and do a back-to-back test, but I'm not paying $9 a gallon for gas for that test. But because E85 is readily available in my area, I'm just gonna roll out with that. So there you have it. We are in the 12.3 zone on E85, manifold, cold air, sticky rubber, and a tune. Stock exhaust, stock weight, full interior, nothing, no gutting. I don't subscribe to that because this car's gonna be boosted eventually. So I want to see what I can do and mimic what you would do at home on a similar car. If it's your only car, it's your daily driver, you're not going to start taking seats out of it. You just want to drive it and see how quick it can go as it sits. So I am ecstatic. I'm not even going to look at the log because the shift points have been the same the whole time. I know it's all good timing. The gain was mostly in the 60 foot with a 204, telling me that if we get a converter, get it to hook on the street, maybe a drive shaft, this thing is probably going to bust off an 11.9 at a track. On the street, I think I'm going to have trouble hooking. I don't want to start throwing sandbags in the trunk, none of that stuff. So once I get a converter in it, we'll come back here and see if it actually hooks. And if it does, we'll see if we can bust off an 11. I haven't even put headers in the thing yet, so I think it'll be interesting to see what I can do. Boy, a converter would probably be, imagine, that would be your biggest decision to make. Do I get a converter? About $1,700, or do I get headers? About $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, depending on the brand, style, blah 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 blah, fitment. So that'll be interesting to see what the next mod does. Obviously, I'm not going to put headers on, stock converter, test it, then take them off, put a converter with stock cat. No, that's crazy talk. So I'll probably do whatever becomes available first, and it's probably going to be a converter, because that'd be interesting to see how quick this car can go without any exhaust modifications. Yeah, because that's less work. I can do a converter easier than I can do headers. Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting test. All right, guys, that'll be it. So we have improved yet again with E85, 1235. It's rolling out. It's getting good mile an hour. Seeing a better 60-foot time because we're able to shove the timing in earlier on a $2.89 a gallon race gas, E85, that's readily available anywhere. Now you see the benefits of E85. Now you see why people opt for E85 as opposed to an $8, $9, $10 a gallon race gas. Thanks for listening. Be on the lookout for more videos on this car. It'll probably be a converter next, but we'll see what I come up with. Right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.